From 2 Corinthians 1:11, Paul seems to suggest that the blessing that was going to be granted in answer to prayer was going to be granted in answer to the prayers of many. He particularly uses that phrase. I think, sadly, the church in the West has put a lot of effort into church growth. We've put a lot of emphasis into how big is your church, lots of books, conferences, teachings on it, how to grow your church. And fair enough, the question, what is the ideal size of a local church? Well, bigger than it is. Fair enough. But Paul doesn't ever say the size of your church determines whether it can be fruitful or not. Or even a small church plant can be fruitful, can bring people to Christ and can affect its community. Or a mega church can do the same thing. Paul does seem to say in 2 Corinthians 1:11 that the prayers of many are going to be the key that unlocks the blessing for which many will give thanks for. So it's the only place I can find in the New Testament where Paul seems to directly link the numbers involved with the effectiveness of the activity being engaged in. And I think that's sometimes been missed. We tend to think just a few people praying is all it takes. And praise God, every time a few people do pray. But imagine if you have thousands praying. It's a bit like if you're trying to uproot an old tree trunk. 2 or 3 people can put a lot of effort in and they'll shift it eventually. You get 30 or 40 people going at that tree trunk, it'll come up much easier. I think that's the principle. Paul says if a lot of people pray, a lot of things will happen.